Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now!
Hello all! Now as we all know, there are a lot of hated Pokemon out there, and sometimes the hate for these Pokemon can be justified, like with Mr. Mime or Jinx, Klefki or Bruxish. These Pokemon are all just really ugly or creepy or, in some cases, very offensive. But, to be fair, there are tons of hated Pokemon out there that just don't deserve the hate that they get. There are some cool Pokemon in, like, what, the 800 or around 900? Is that where we're at? Anyway, they don't deserve the hate. And I'm here to defend a few Pokemon today and give them the love that they deserve. And we're starting off with one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, Rhyperior. Alright, first things first. A lot of the time, when people complain about Rhyperior, it's because of his design. So let's talk a little bit about this design here. There's a reason he looks the way he does. Rhyperior is meant to represent a miner. I mean, think about it. With its drill, safety vest, and hard hat, I think that comes across pretty well in the design. Plus, this vest, being orange, breaks up all the solid grays that were on Rhydon, making it much more visually appealing. Not to mention, I really like the color orange, so I think it's a good addition to the Pokemon. And come on, what's not to love about shooting rocks out of its hands, or its much cooler tail that resembles an Ankylosaurus? That's just awesome, man, come on! What's cute is that in some Pokedex entries it says when it shoots rocks from its hands, sometimes it'll grab Geodudes or Roggenrola on accident and launch them instead. That's just good flavor, man, come on, that's some good lore to the Pokemon. That's fun. Now don't get me wrong. Rhydon isn't a bad Pokemon by any means. I do like its design. Rhyperior is just an upgrade, guys. Now, I have heard people say that they don't like how Rhyperior got fat upon evolution.
Okay, I'm getting very concerned with the integrity of our organization here. Mac, you have gained, 50 pounds of fat.
Mass.
Fat.
Muscle.
Let's be clear, fat.
It's fat.
Frank?
This is a chimichanga.
You are becoming a chimichanga.
But being fat doesn't make it a bad Pokemon. People love fat Pokemon. Look at Snorlax, or Wigglytuff, or Magmortar. Actually, come to think of it, people don't really like Magmortar, do they? Well, I guess that's the next Pokemon we gotta defend. Alright, so let's just get this out of the way quick. Magmortar, no matter how much you hate him, is a definitive upgrade of Magmar. Magmar is definitely one of the ugliest Pokemon there is, with its awful butt head and stupid duck lips. Sure, Magmortar's lips are still an admittedly off design choice, but people don't hate on Machamp or Gloom for their big lips. Anyway, like Rhyperior, this is another Pokemon that gains cannons upon evolution. And don't lie to yourself, they're sick! I mean, come on, nobody complains about Scyther or Kabutops' scythe hands. Why are those not a problem? Those far more impractical hands than Magmortar's cannon hands. I mean, it literally has flamethrowers. That's awesome, man! Now the move Flamethrower makes a little bit of sense. And now, on the subject of tacking on mass again, you gotta remember, Magmar was no cut athlete either. He had some punch to him. Gaining a little bit more mass ain't a problem, it's just more to love. I bet he gives the warmest hugs, come on. Anyway, Magmortar does not deserve all the hate it gets, and I want to talk about one more Pokemon that's deserving of way more love than it currently receives. Alright, finally, this may end up being one of the more controversial ones yet. But y'all gotta stop bullying Inteleon. That is a good design for a Pokemon. In fact, I would say that it's the best Gen 8 starter. And now, don't get me wrong, Cinderace is a really good runner-up. It's a good designed Pokemon. I just think it lacks that punch, that wow factor, you know? And Rillaboom, well, really the entire Grookey line, it's nothing. It's just a nothing starter. Boo me all you want. It's a grass monkey, we've seen it before, and Rillaboom is just an incredibly boring design. It's a gorilla with a bush on its back and a drum in its front of it. It beats a drum. Why does it have a drum upon evolution? I hate Pokemon that gain items upon evolution. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm not here to hate on Pokemon. I'm here to defend them. Let's get back to Inteleon. Listen, the lore of Inteleon, so cool, so tight. I'm gonna read you guys a Bulbapedia entry on some of its really cool lore. Listen to this. Inteleon has many hidden capabilities. It has darkly colored, nictating membranes that allow it to analyze for an opponent's weak point. Those are what come down over its eyes. This helps it precisely shoot water from its fingertips at Mach 3. And this part's wild. I admittedly don't know what to think of this part because nowhere does it... let me just read it to you. It also has a sharp knife hidden in its tail. I never noticed a knife, but with the whole, like secret agent, like assassin, spy motif it's got going on, it doesn't surprise me. Let's continue. Inteleon is highly intelligent, carefully thinking out strategies before entering combat to ensure a swift and decisive victory. It is also known to be quite chivalrous and is completely loyal to trainers it sees as worthy. Now listen, I get it. Some people find it ethically ambiguous to fight with a Pokemon that's so intelligent. But no people have problems with Alakazam, like the smartest Pokemon ever. Unless you count like Mewtwo or Porygon Z, I'm sure is up there. No. Any psychic type is 10 times smarter than your average 10-year-old kid. Nobody has a problem using Mewtwo in the games when it literally is capable of human speech. Same goes for Slowking, Lucario. You people, you and your double standards, you disgust me. And lastly, on the subject of its long, spindly fingers, they're guns, dude. They're meant to be guns. If you want to go with the pattern that all water-type Pokemon are based on weaponry, Inteleon is a gun. It fires water out of its fingers, and its signature move, Snipe Shot, is literally involving the, what are they called? Nictating membranes coming down on its eyes, pointing out its arm and shooting the water out like a gun. They're there for a reason, my dude. Make no mistake, Inteleon's design, origin, and execution make up for any uncanny valley elements it may suffer from. Alright. I know I always say my opinion is gospel, it's definitive and all that, and for the most part it is, don't get me wrong. But with Pokemon, you hear so many different opinions on even what seem to be some of the most controversial Pokemon. Take Carkol, for example. I have no opinion on it. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but it's not like an offensively ugly design like Jinx. Listen to what Loxton and Noggin has to say about it.
Number 5, Carkol. How can anybody love this thing?
That's just a stupid boulder!
And yet it's worse than just a stupid boulder. It's a minecart. A literal boulder carved into the shape of a coal mining cart. Wheels and all. Why did they think kids would like this face? Why is its mouth like that? It looks like if you crossed a fish with an ugly doll and propelled it at Mach 4. Its eyes are streaking by. It just looks so uncomfortable. I would have preferred a Bob the Builder tier design to something like this. I don't think I've actually hated or completely disagreed with using a Pokemon before. But while it was uncomfortable, I still did it because I wanted a Colossal. But looking back, it probably wasn't worth having to seek Carkol as often as I did.
Definitely doesn't like it, huh? He hates this Pokemon. It's one of his most disliked Pokemon ever. Now, listen to what some of the hosts from the Puckle podcast have to say about Carkol.
But I think its middle stage is peak, like, very good in just design-wise. I'm talking about Carkol.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a cool design. I just like when you first encounter it, when you're just like in the Galarian mine.
Oh, yeah.
And you just see it just zoom past.
Yeah, running along the track.
You just don't even think
That's
anything
really
of it, and then
great.
you're just like, when you realize, oh, that's an actual Pokemon that I can.
That is a Pokemon, yes. That is such a cool moment.
Yeah.
But, you know, Carkol is just... It's cool, and it's cute.
They love it. They love the design. They think it's creative. They think it's cute. There's truly no one opinion that is correct when it comes to liking or disliking a Pokemon. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you gotta let me know down in the comments below, because there are many more Pokemon I could defend. Please like this video, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see another video like this. Follow my Instagram and Facebook, Let's Be Frank 2020, and follow my TikTok at Let's Be Frank TikTok. Thank you guys once again for watching, and until next time!